Hello students, in our previous class we saw how we could use uh, this if condition. In this class also we'll see or we'll take one sample example and we'll see that how different types of if conditions could be used for solving those that problem. So the problem goes like this. It's a quite very simple program and things could be understood with the simple things only. So the scenario is, or let me write that scenario as a comment. To enter marks of 5 subjects. This was the question also. Find total, average, and division of students as follows. What is that follows? As follows, multi-line comment. Marks greater than 90, say first. Marks greater than 80 but less than 90, say second. Variable marks greater than 70, say third. Marks greater than 60, say just pass, and marks less than 60, say fail. So this is the scenario. Okay, you have to input 5 marks, 5 subjects, and using if condition, you have to output the message according to their marks. So here we have a lot of things to learn. And yes, in class 9, you have to make all your programs in object-oriented way. Yes. If you are making a program in procedural, and also it's not going to be considered. So how can we make this? Quite simple. Let us begin with import. Import java.util.asterisk. Then class result could be. Now data members S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. In this case, byte will be a better option because the marks is not going to be more than 100. So byte is a better option. Total could be more. So sort total, because if you'll add, if in all 5 subjects, if you have got 100 out of 100, then also the sum is going to be 500. And that 500 can be easily accommodated in sort variable. Sort, we have to also get an average. So average maybe in point. So float could be a better option. Float average. So this is how we have created the required number of data members. You have to think that how many data is needed and what things are needed. So accordingly, you have to create variables. And if you miss any variable, then it's okay. You can create variable anytime you can create variable. So it's okay. Now there should be a function which will input the marks. So let's make a simple function, void in marks, name of function, or let us make this function, or let us make a simple function. Okay. So how we could input? You can either create object for inputting here in data section or here also. So let us create here only. Scanner in equals new scanner system.in. Yes, take care of alignment, and in exam also alignment should be preferred. An output message system.out.println. Enter marks of 5 subjects. You can put it one by one also, but I have given in one go. Now what? S1 equals in dot next byte, right? Because byte data type is used. Copy it, paste it 5 times. 3, 4, and fifth one. What you have to do? Just change the name of variable S2, S3, S4, and S5. You should use these techniques to fasten your typing. So just this much in the input. Although we can do everything in a single function, even in the main function, but for the sake of learning, I'm just demonstrating that how we can make different functions for different tasks. So another set of function, void calculate. All name is enough. Now what? Data is already with us. If you'll call the inmarks function first, when inmarks function will be called, then the data will be entered. And considering that inmarks is called and we have data, so we just simply need the calculation. So first, the total variable, which is the global variable. So we do not need to create it in the function. So total could be S1 plus S2 plus S3, subject 3 plus S4 and S5. Variable name may be any name. Average. Look at the name. The name should be same. Huh? Average is equal to what? Average is equal to total divided by 5. This is how you can get the average. How you can get percent, you have to do in your own. So this is how now we have calculation. So let us output the result here. We could do the same, but let us do something different and try to learn another aspects of functions along with if conditions and other things. It's going to be a nice set of nice program, which will have, I'll try to involve most of the things in it so that you could learn other things in the same program, lots of things in the same program. So total value of total, and the same way average and value of average. Now let us make a change in this function. Let us make it a return type function. It will return the average because further calculation we have to make according to the average marks. Okay. So let us make this function to return. Now what do I want? I want to show you that how can we make a function with no return and no argument. How can we make a function with return but no argument? And let us see, if we have other than void here, float or long or double or any data type, then you must have the return keyword in that function. Return cal, not cal, return av. The value of av will be returned. These functions are called in a different style. I'll show you all the things. Just be careful. And everything is getting recorded, so please, you can rewind or forward the video to see the codes also. Now I'm going to make a function which will of a kind no return. Name of function will be display result, display r, disp r, or you may give this name also, or disp also, any name you can give. I prefer small names. And what? An argument, float type, a, yeah, v, yeah, x, any name. Now, how to use these things? Although I'll tell you more about the different types of functions and all, but this is just the beginning, or I think I have already told you this, or there are videos already uploaded about types of functions. You may watch them to learn more about these. So this void means no return, and anything inside the parenthesis means argument. In these two cases, in this case and in this case, we have no arguments. Here no return, but here other than void is something is there, so it is of type return. It will return something. This function is designed to return something. Returning means giving back. Now how it gives back, how it returns will show once this program is over. So now we have to use the main thing. Now this part is going to be the main part where we'll see the use of if condition. So first we'll begin with a simple if condition. If x will have the average, and how the x will have the average, we'll see this when the program is complete. If x is greater than 90, since this is our requirement, now greater than 90, what we have to do? We have to do this first. Okay. So if x is greater than 90, then what has to be done? We'll write it here. But before this, we need to, okay, let me make this program first. And yes, let me add something. We'll have to make corrections. This program in the first round, what I'm going to do will not display the right result, but still just to show you the way the if condition works, this sample is taken. So if x is greater than 90, then what we have to do? Now I'm having a block of if condition. Having a block of if condition will help you to understand it in a better way. What we have to do? First, now anything else to be done? Nothing to be done, only this much. Okay, fine. So dear students, one more thing I would like to add. If we have to execute only one line or one statement, then this set of blocks or curly braces is not required. Why? Because we have to display or have to execute only one statement. It is not required. But in case we are executing more than one statement, then this is required. So it is a good habit to use the block of if condition so that it will be always clear for you. And for the learners, it is recommended to use the curly braces, which tells you that this part is the block of this particular if condition. The same. If x is greater than 80, then what has to be done? Let us copy this and reduce our typing time. Second. Now what has to be done? Let us copy the whole thing. Another if condition. If 70 greater than 70, then what? And again paste for greater than 60. What to be displayed? Just pass. And if this is less than 80, not 80, less than 60, then what? Failed. Now look at the alignment. This curly brace is for this. This function ends, and these many if conditions are there. Now let me tell you about this. Which version of if is this? This version of if is known as if and only if, because you can see only if is there. Okay. If and only if. Or let us change the name of this if and only if. Yeah, only if could be a nice name. So this is how we'll have a different functions which will demonstrate the use of different if conditions and the way they can be used. One function I have made only if, that will of course display the result according to this scenario, this criteria. Now let us first run this program and then we'll make another function which will demonstrate if condition in a different way. So let me demonstrate something else. This is class result. Let us make the functions or close the class also. And this is how I could also demonstrate here that how two classes can be involved in a same program, two or more classes. Okay. Yes. So one class result and give the another name class result one or second class or any name you can give. So let us give it name class result one. What we'll do here, let us make a main function here. We could have made the main function in the same class also, but just to show you that yes, more than one class can be also used. I'll make a lot of changes in this program and I'll demonstrate a lot of things for you. You just need to watch it carefully. So what? Yes, we need to create object of that class. The name of class with whose object we want to create is result. Let's give name of like stud1, the result of first student equals new stud1. So this is how we have created an object first student. We want to record marks of first student. Okay. Now what? Student1 dot name of function uses C1's in marks. Okay. For student1 in marks is called, for stud1 calculate result is called, and yes, look at this. The result cal is of return type, means this calculate function will do what? It will do this, it will add the marks, it will add the average, and after that it will display the total and display the average, and it will return the average. This semicolon is needed. So it will return the average, and the average that it will calculate and return to you will be used for ranking, first, second, or third, or fifth. So if a function is of this type, means void type, means no return type, the way it is called is just simple, just the name of object dot and then the name of function. But if the function is of return type, in this case cal function is of return type, which is designed to return the what float type data, so it need to be called in a little different way. Since it is going to return a float, so we need a float variable r1 for result one, maybe any name you can give, and we have to call a function in this way. Means there should be a receiver. This r1 here is a receiver which will receive the return which will be provided by this cal function. This cal function will return something. Why it will return something? Because it is designed to do so. Okay. Look there, students, I'm trying to taught you a lot of things, but the main thing is still is the if condition. If you are not able to understand the way functions are called and all, so you may watch other videos which are related to different types of functions. You can watch them first and then this will become more clear. But beside that, the main thing is to understand the use of if condition. Okay, so this is how, when we will call this, the R1 will have the average of student one. This is how the program is designed. This is one of the practical thing that we can do. Now what? Now we have to find whether he stood first, second, or failed. So for that purpose, we have made a function whose name is only if. This only function, what kind of function is this? Void. Look, this is just for the sake that what kind of means if conditions we have used. That's why this name is given. You could have given this name rank or any other name, or you can ranking by only if. You may give this name also, but this will become a large name. So only if is better name. Means how only if and only if works. The main thing is to understand this. And let me first. So since this function of what kind means no return, so it will be normally called, but it is designed to accept one float type data. So this is going to be that float type data which will be given as the argument that to that function. So stud1 dot only if the name of function and r1. Now try to understand. Now after the execution of this particular part, r1 will have the average. Now I'm passing this data, the return data, to another function to process further and to find whether he has scored first, second, or whatever. So as I have mentioned earlier that this is not going to work properly. I'll tell you everything, but I'm just before I'm telling you that this is not going to work properly, I'll tell you the solution also. Now what? Now what? Things is over. Work done. Close this and close this also. So this is the program. Now, which function? Now, in this program, we have two classes. In this first class, we have these things, only functions are there in that class from here till here. In another class, we have again a function, but in this case, we have only main function. So you can give its file name any class name, but good to give this name, the one having main function in it. One more thing I would like to add, you can have main function in this class also, but you can practically understand all these things. So let us give this name. Result1 result1 dot java. So you could see that everything became red. Why so? All these are comments. Why so? Because of this multi-line comment. We have initiated this, but we have not ended it. So let us make it single line comment. Multi-line is not required. Now everything got its color. Now let us compile it and see how it works. So the name of program is result1.java. It has an error. Very good. Incompatible types. Possibly lossy conversion from int to sort. Okay, no problem. Let us sort it out. These all are bytes. These all are bytes. Oh, S5 should be there. Okay. Save it. So we can use type conversion. Okay. Total is sort now. So sort. Look what happens if you are adding these numbers. Then the compiler thinks that if we'll add these numbers, then the result will be larger than the range of sort. It thinks because the compiler is not going to know. No? that means what is our requirement. We are going to input only numbers less than 100 and all. Compiler is thinking in a different way. It's thinking like, okay, you have input in byte, okay, but the sum of byte may become larger than the range of sort. It may go to integer. So normally all the simple data types are considered as integers, normally not long but integers, because the range of integers is large enough to accommodate the normal things. And here also compiler is thinking that if you'll add all the bytes, it may happen that it go beyond the range of sort. But what we have done, just to make efficient program. Efficient programming means what? Utilizing everything optimally. We have used sort, but it is getting confused. So what we can do, we can explicitly, this is type conversion, explicit type conversion, typecasting it is also known as. So let us first resolve this and see what next problem is there. Okay, what is telling? S5, what is about S5? Byte sort, okay, sort. Okay, let us check it out. If it did not work in this way, we'll have to change it to integer. Let's see the another issue. Can't find symbol stored one. Okay, one more mistake I've done. It's okay, let you learn. The name of class is result, so result class name is written here. Anyone can make mistake. I can also make mistake. So let us try to do one thing. Let us change this data to int. And now let's remove it. This technique also works, but since we have not enough time, so let us do the best way it can work. So now it's working. Okay, Java. The name result 1. Enter marks. Total 5. This failed. So dear students, we'll see more about this in our next class. We'll continue from here because time is not enough. Still long videos there. We'll continue from here. See you in the next class. Thank you.